Hey, I'm Dave, and welcome to the first CSA YouTube thingy. So, um, before I bore you to death with my little backstory, which I think is important because it's how I differentiate myself from other YouTube reviewers and whatnot for audio gear. We do have a competition. Dita kindly sent me a pair of their Prelude IEMs to review, which I think are genuinely fantastic. They haven't paid me a penny for this. I wish they had, but they really are absolutely fantastic, and I may well be getting myself a pair. And I'll be gifting a few to friends as well, because really they're $160, and I just think they are incredible. But we'll move on to those later on. So just a little bit about me and my background and why it's different from other reviewers. Is my background. I would never call myself an audiophile, but I'm really into the gear, and I just want to I want to hear music the best way possible. So I've been into all this since the mid 90s. And I've done every job you can imagine, working in record stores, handing out flyers outside raves. And then I kind of moved up a level. I was assistant editor at a music magazine. I started putting on my own shows. I was DJing on pirate radio. I was DJing at big clubs. I got to DJ at Fabric, the best club in the world, still is. And yeah, that's really it. Then I moved from London, which is just such a fantastic city to have a musical upbringing in, especially at that time. I moved to London after a trip. I moved to Thailand after a trip out here. I just thought, you know what, this place in Asia are really on the cusp of kind of blowing up with music, with electronic music. And I hedged my bets and just moved over there, over here even. And I came here with 2 boxes of records and clothes I was wearing and about $500, and that was it. And it was a really, really exciting adventure. And, you know, I think I completely overachieved. And I ended up doing about 1,200 shows in Asia with some of the biggest artists in the world. I released some music on big labels. One of them was an absolutely huge hit, and I've actually got a new record coming out on Armada Records, Armin van Buuren's label, in January. Shameless plug. That I've done with DJ Fresh. Um, so so basically, I quit working in music full time when I was when COVID came about, because it had really turned into something that I hadn't signed up for when I was putting on my own events as a teenager in London in the late 90s. It was really become something that I didn't like. I didn't like the industry. I didn't like the people. I didn't like the greed. But I still love the music, and I'm nearly 45, so I don't really want to be going out to clubs. It's not my thing. I don't drink. I'm not chasing girls anymore. Um, and so I just miss the music, and I really wanted to find a way to enjoy it properly without disturbing my neighbors. So I got really into the personal audio rabbit hole. And my thing is this, you know, look, if you are an audiophile type, you can check my channel and maybe you'll get a different perspective on things. But really, I want to reach out to people who are not necessarily already in this hobby, who think that earbuds, wireless earbuds from Sony or Apple or whatever, are a great way to listen to music. They're not, they're crap. So I really want to sort of, with these people, you know, my generation and the generation after, the generation before, they've all gone out to lots of live music events, and to be able to experience that at home in a way through high quality gear is something I really I feel it's really important, and I think people can get so much pleasure out of this. You're not going to get that from these little earbuds and whatever. So I'm going to talk about what I think are two of the best purchases that people who but fairly budget. It's honestly, it's not a part of the market that I really look at. I'm really into the high end gear, but that's just because I'm very deep in that rabbit hole and whatever else. But that said, that doesn't mean you can't get good stuff for the money. So we'll start with the Prelude, which I am giving away to one of you, and I'll tell you what you have to do. You have to put in the comments a track which you isn't obvious, and it's gonna is I've never heard before. So something quite obscure. No country, no heavy metal, no folk. That's pretty much it. I think everything else is fair game. I especially love jazz, drum and bass, anything kind of related to that, hip hop. Um, yeah, you can surprise me with something techno, house, whatever it is. And if it's something, anything electronic, I love. Um, but basically, yeah, that's going to be the thing, and you can win yourself a pair of these. And I have to say, for the price, $160, I'm going to put these on the just on our little spot that we have marked for the GoPro. And these are what they look like. The Dita Prelude. People think that's an S. It's not an S. It's if you can read music, that signifies a musical prelude. So yeah, there you go. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're really well constructed, and they have something. They have one dynamic driver, which means they just have one piece in them that all the music comes from. And some people who are really into this kind of think it's not capable enough of delivering good sounds. That's absolute nonsense. One of my absolute favorite pairs in the world on super high end is a single dynamic driver like these. And they're absolutely incredible. I mean, may well be my favorite pair, but they're great. They have a decent amount of bass, not the kind of thing that's gonna totally overwhelm you. They're quite balanced. They're nice for the mid range, which is your which is your vocals and your main instruments. And then they've got nice treble as well. It's not too much, it's not too little. But really, these are a fantastic buy, and they come with this little thingy here, and you can just plug that. It's called a DAC, which is digital to audio converter. And basically, you just plug in the USB-C into your phone, and you plug the headphones, because the IEMs even, or earphones as some people call them. You just plug those in there, because these are analog. This is digital. There you go, and you can listen to music. And you do have the wire, but I'll tell you, embrace the wire, because music just sounds so much better with these. It really does. So anyway, I'm going to talk about something else. I'm going to talk about my favorite piece of gear, and that is the Chord Mojo 2. This is not cheap. These are about $700 in most of the world. And it's a DAC/amp, and it gets the most out of everything. It has a DSP, which is like a very advanced EQ. It's quite simple. You can just adjust the 2 layers of bass and 2 layers of treble, and it really is that the sound is incredible. Anyone who tells you a DAC amp doesn't make a difference to the sound, sorry, they don't know what they're talking about, and that's it. Now, Yes, this is probably out of your price range if you're beginning. Um, but it's the Mojo 2, and there is, of course, a Mojo 1. And these can be found on the second-hand market. It's a lot simpler in terms of it's just got the off and on, and it's got volume. It doesn't have the features that the Mojo 2 has, but it has absolutely incredible sound. And you can pick these up quite, Facebook Marketplace, whatever, for $150. And they're quite a safe buy because they're extremely, extremely well built. They're carved out of a block of the same kind of aluminium they make airplanes out of. So they're built like tanks basically, and it's relatively easy to replace the battery. So buying one of these secondhand, test it first, obviously. But it's a great bet, and you can get these for $150, which I think is not really a bad. And you combine that with these, and you're really going to be able to get the absolutely incredible sound. And definitely better than the little plug thing, the little adapter, the little DAC I showed you. It's going to be great, but if you really want to go in and get something that's going to just blow your mind, this is a really good buy. So yes, it is a bit weird because it's an item you'll have to find secondhand, but they are commonly available for about $150 everywhere in the world, and I think that seems to be the price. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to shut up now because I've spoken enough. I've spoken about everything. Told you about my upbringing, my music, how important it is to me, and that's it. So thanks very much for watching, and I look forward very much to seeing what you can surprise me with. And of course, I will pay for the shipping for these to wherever you are in the world. And yeah, I really look forward to hearing the bits you send me. All right, so it's a win-win. Thank you very much. Goodbye.